Hello, in this Kotlin programming video, we are going to look at the for loop. So the for loop essentially allows us to, iterate over, maybe an array or run a piece of code X amount of times. So it's really cool. So if we create an array, so var, I'll call it epic array equals array of. And if I put numbers here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, doesn't matter what the numbers are or what the values are. Instead of trying to print them all out like this, doing epic array 0, as you can see, this is very tedious and we don't even have that many values. Imagine if we had 100 values, 1,000 values. It's very tedious. What we can do instead of this is put a for loop, and we can say for each item in epic array, and it's a loop over it. So we do print line item. We can print them. We can do whatever we want with them. As you can see, we've got each item with just 4 lines of code. And if I add more values, so if I add 7 and 8, notice the for loop I'm not even changing, but the code still gets all of the items in that array. So that iterates through all of the array. And something else you can do, and that is essentially iterating through a range that you specify, or meaning us. So if I say for, and you have to specify some sort of variable name. So let's say I. This is very common in loops and in coding in general. So it's for I in 1 to do dot dot dot, and we spell incorrectly, dot 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 1 dot 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 15, for example. And now I will go from 1, 2, 3, 4 all the way to 15. So if I print line I, let's see, it prints out 1. Obviously we'll get rid of comment this line just so it doesn't disturb this right here. As you can see, it prints out 1 to 15. We could do a mathematical calculation, so timesing it by 10, or times it by itself. So we're seeing what 1 to 15 squared is. So as you can see, that is pretty darn cool. And imagine if we had to write out print line 1 times 1, print line 2 times 2, print line 3 times 3. It would get very tedious. Even up to 15, it'd be tedious. But imagine if we had to do it for 100 or up to 1,000. And this range doesn't have to start at 1, it can start at whatever number you want. It doesn't have to go up. And when you to experiment, you can actually do 15 dot dot 1. So it goes down instead. So you can do it like that. You can also do something where you change the step as well. So if I duplicate this, but I'll comment this out. So I'm going to put step 3. Gotta learn to spell first. Step 3. So it will jump in steps of 3. And just so you know what's happening, let me get rid of that. So it prints out 1. He adds 3, add 3, add 3. After 13, if he adds 3, you get 16, and that's outside of the range. So you can change the step if you don't want just 1 every single time being added to it. And that is it. That's really all you need to know regarding for loops. Really great, it allows you to run code again and again. Great for going over arrays. Great if you want to repeat code and maybe make some modification based on this sort of iterator. If you have any questions, feel free to pop me a message. And as usual, I look forward to seeing you in the next video.